A foot bone, 1.7 million years old, dug out of the ground in South Africa in 2016. Scientists ran the tests, expecting signs of an old injury, maybe an infection. Instead, they found cancer. Not in a modern human, not in someone from 100 years ago or 1,000. In one of our ancient ancestors, someone who lived before farming, before cities, possibly before humans even controlled fire. So if cancer is that old, why does it feel like a brand new problem? And the answer has almost nothing to do with pollution or diet or modern life at all. First, let's clear up a myth. Cancer isn't an invader. It doesn't sneak in from outside like a virus or bacteria. It starts inside you. Every day your cells divide trillions of times, and each time, they copy your entire genetic code, billions of letters, almost perfectly. Almost. Small copying errors happen constantly. Your body usually catches them. If it can't fix a broken cell, it destroys it. Your immune system is built to hunt down anything acting abnormal. But no defense system bats 1,000. Every so often, one broken cell slips past every checkpoint. It stops following the rules. It starts dividing when it shouldn't, taking resources instead of contributing to the body. That's cancer. Not an enemy from outside, a malfunction from within. And that means one thing. As long as cells have divided, this risk has existed. A paleoanthropologist named Edward Odes led the team that examined it. What they found was osteosarcoma, an aggressive bone cancer, in a human ancestor who lived nearly 2 million years ago. But here's the twist. That fossil might be the tip of the iceberg. Think about it like solving a case with only one piece of evidence. Bone survives for millions of years. Soft tissue doesn't. Organs like the liver and lungs almost never fossilize. And that's exactly where most cancers grow. So if an ancient person died of liver cancer, we'd have no way of ever knowing. Scientists have a name for this gap: preservation bias. It's not that cancer was rare back then. It's that time erased almost all the proof. So if fossils can't tell the full story, what can? Mummies. Unlike fossils, mummies preserve skin, muscle, and organs. Using CT scanners, researchers can now look inside a 3,000-year-old body without unwrapping a single layer of cloth. And inside some of them, tumors. The ancient Egyptians didn't know what a gene was. They didn't know what a mutation was, but they knew something was wrong and they wrote it down. One surviving medical text describes breast tumors in careful clinical detail. Then it ends with a line that still lands like a gut punch nearly 4,000 years later. There is no treatment. Different era. Same disease. Only our understanding has changed. And humans weren't even the first ones to get it. Here's a question almost nobody thinks to ask. Did dinosaurs get cancer too? Yes. And one case is so well preserved that scientists could actually diagnose it. A Centrosaurus, a horned dinosaur that lived 76 million years ago, had a leg bone with an aggressive tumor. Same type of bone cancer as that ancient human ancestor. Same type that shows up in patients today. Researchers compared it directly to modern medical scans, and it matched. Tumors have also been found in ancient fish and early mammals, scattered across the fossil record. Cancer was never a human problem. It's the price of being made of many cells, more chances for something to misfire. Which brings us to the real question. If cancer has always existed, why does it feel so much more common now? You'd assume this means our ancestors were somehow protected, that something about ancient life kept cancer away. They weren't protected. They simply didn't live long enough to find out they weren't. Picture two people. One dies at 30 from an infected wound. The other lives to 90. Who's more likely to develop cancer? The one who lived longer, not because they were weaker, but because cancer usually takes decades to build. Mutations pile up slowly. Most of our ancestors never lived long enough to give cancer that time. For most of human history, people died young from infection, childbirth, famine, violence. Modern medicine fixed most of that, and in fixing it, we accidentally gave ourselves enough time to run into one of the oldest diseases on Earth. We didn't create cancer. We just started living long enough to meet it. That doesn't erase modern risk factors, though. Smoking, heavy UV exposure, alcohol, obesity, certain infections, they still raise your odds. But that's the right word, odds. They load the dice. They don't invent the game. Here's one more piece of the puzzle, and it's the strangest one yet. Elephants should be riddled with cancer. They have far more cells than humans, which should mean far more chances for something to go wrong. They're not. Elephant cancer rates are remarkably low. It's called Peto's paradox, and the answer is one of evolution's quiet fixes. Elephants carry extra copies of a gene called TP53. Think of it as extra smoke detectors in every room of the house. More copies means more chances to catch a dangerous mutation before it becomes a tumor. Evolution solved a problem millions of years before we even knew to ask the question. And now scientists are studying whether that same trick could one day protect us too. So, when did cancer start killing humans? Almost from the moment our ancestors became multicellular. Not because the world got dirtier, not because of one bad invention, because the same biological process that lets your body grow and heal also leaves the door open for mistakes. Most of those mistakes disappear without a trace. A few don't. For millions of years, nobody understood what they were fighting. Today, we can catch tumors before symptoms even appear. We can read cancer's own DNA. We can train the immune system to fight back. If you're fascinated by the intersection of evolutionary biology and human history, hit that subscribe button. We're decoding the bugs in the human operating system every single week, and you don't want to miss the next.